Hey, welcome back, everybody. This is EonShiKeno. Once again, doing some more StarCraft 2 for you. We're switching over to DreamHack Bucharest replays. This is a best of 3 from DreamHack Bucharest Group Stage 3. Group. 1 second. Group A. And let's go ahead and introduce our 2 players. In the bottom left-hand corner of Frost, our Red Zerg player with happy stars. From Team Rocat, it's going to be Hyun. If anybody feels like updating his Team Liquid page, his Team Liquipedia page, they should update it because it still says he's on Quantic. And on the other side of the map, our Blue Zerg player, it's going to be Samsung Galaxy's RorO. RorO, which is just a fun name to say. Gotta love the RorO. Anyway, ZvZ, and so far we have a similar build between both these players. Let's see how it pans out. Hyun does have a superior ZvZ win percentage. It's about 66 win percent. But you have to keep in mind though, he does play many of those online tournaments where the player pool isn't as high a caliber as the matches RorO has played in his past, which does have a smaller, or sorry, I should say a lesser win percent, but it's still, I think about 54 win percent, I think it was for ZvZ. So just a little bit above 50%, which is okay. Both players deciding to go with the macro opening here. And I just love how these overlords, just like, if you didn't know any better, like you just showed someone StarCraft and they're like, wow, how are they doing everything the exact same thing? Like they're doing the exact same thing at the exact same time without looking at the other player's base. They might just be blown away by that like simple fact. That's StarCraft is so well defined, among the highest level players that these builds are in place. I think that would blow a lot of minds if people aren't familiar with StarCraft. But things have changed up just a little bit here. We did have a pool for Hyun come out just a little bit quicker than for RorO. He decided to go with the gas first, so he does have the possibility to get speed first if he chooses to spend that first 100 gas on speed. Another player has yet found, actually they both know where their opponent's at now. Both the overlords did cross paths in the night. I guess it's nighttime on this map. It always looks daylight, but I just feel like this is a dark map. I don't know why. It just looks like a darker map. But there we do. We do have the speed coming out, the Zerglings coming out, and Hyun deciding to play a little bit more defensive here. He's going to have some queens popping out, and just chilling out. I do like this logo he's got there. His Rocat logo is pretty cool. It's a nice feature they added in. And more queens popping out. He's got another one being built here in the main. So we have a gasless expand from Hyun. We'll see what he does with here. Zerglings running into the base here for RorO, and he does get scouted out. He does see the speed, and that's about all you can really find out about this point, given that they both had similar openings. And the Zergling, will he get out? No, he doesn't. He gets shut down by the queen. It's a little unhappy she got scouted out, but what are you going to do? Hyun gets scouted out as well. Zergling from RorO managed to sneak in there and run about. Pretty sure he saw everything. I actually saw the lack of everything. So Hyun definitely playing the defensive route here. He's got the spine crawler going up. Now he's adding some extra gas, still droning up. And speed is close to being done here for RorO. Now we just have Zerglings in the middle map running around saying hi to each other. You can differentiate the Zerglings here between Hyun and RorO, because Hyun's got the dinosaur-style Zerglings, where RorO's got the lean, mean Zerglings. And unfortunately for Hyun, the lean, mean ones take that victory in the numbers. Roachhorn going down for Hyun, skipping the speed. Might be going for just a Roach Hydra play. We'll see how that works out. And gets that evolution chamber up just in time. With the spine crawler and the queens, this is not much really RorO can do here, except kind of just run around the outside, be annoying. Third base goes up for RorO, so this is exactly what he's going to do with this. He's got map control. Did that thing just went right through those rocks? That was crazy. But he's got map control here. And what is that? Another evolution chamber going up. So, okay, this is not, entirely just for wall purposes. He's probably going to get double upgrades here with his roaches to get the +1 attack, +1 armor. But the third base is going to go up for RorO, and that's going to, kind of delay Hyun. Hyun's going to be put in a position here where he's going to have to have higher tech than his opponent. Going to spend more on tech, spend more on army, and probably go for a timing attack. But look at this. The Zerglings walk right on in. That was a big mistake here from Hyun. I don't know why he did this. He just showed everything that he's up to. He sees the hatchery tech. He sees the gas, the 4 gas in the main. I mean, he could easily see the Roach Horn and the gas, but there was really no reason to just let him walk in there. And kind of strange. But, nevertheless, though, he did get a hatchery down in that time. So, I wonder if he did that on purpose. You always have to wonder about players. Sometimes, okay, he sees a little bit of creep here, but that doesn't necessarily mean there's a base there. So he's got this hidden for the most part, for the time being. But you always have to wonder, okay, now he just got scattered out. You have to wonder about players, like, do they just do something on accident and it just works out in their favor? And then, like, as a caster, I'm giving them all kinds of these accolades that they don't deserve just because they just screwed up. I wonder about that sometimes, but you never know. This worked out, though, for Hyun, where he let those Zerglings in there, and that allowed the drone to come out here and throw a base down. But, I mean, he would have had roaches out in time. He killed a couple of Zerglings off, but maybe he felt like, you know what, he's already seen what I'm doing. There's nothing he can scout in my main that'll give him any other information. So just sacrificing a couple of Zerglings for that. Whatever. Not that big of a deal. Working on taking down the rocks. As a Zerg player, you want to have as much open map as possible on your side where your army is. That way you can get the greatest concave, and that's what he's going with here. Hyun doesn't want to get trapped in those rocks, between those rocks in a hard place. RorO's still controlling map. Got some roaches of his own out. Upgrades for both players are working here on the way. Hyun hasn't got that armor upgrade, just got the second evolution chamber, so now starting the +1 armor upgrade. Interesting, he decided to stick with that. So let's check the roach count while we have both our players here, and look at this RorO with the 29 roaches versus 15 of, actually it's going to be a lot more than that in here in a second as soon as all those guys come out. 31 versus 16 plus 12, so RorO does have a lead here in the roach count, but of course the upgrades are favoring Hyun. And RorO is going to make his way. He's going to get in position. No, Hyun moves into a better position to block him off from sneaking in his base there. Hyun does have these, he's got overlords all over the place, so it's going to be really hard to sneak these roaches in without him paying attention to that. Have to wake up pretty early in the morning. We do have a fight here. Both players are going to go for it. And it's the roaches just battling back and forth. It's hard to say who's winning this fight. It looks like they're kind of just trading fairly evenly, 26 versus 19. But with a couple of extra queens there and the transfuses, that's going to allow him to stay alive. A couple of roaches coming around the back here. Did a little bit of damage to the worker line. Let's check how many workers he killed so far. 3 workers killed so far, so that's probably just 2 that managed to go to that back location. Gonna leave a couple roaches here to defend with, while the majority of RorO's forces are pushing up once again. Gonna try and make its way into the main. Sneak in there, nope. Hyun too quickly moving a position. Just gonna battle back and forth here. Just kind of who can control better. He's gonna get a better position. Hyun has a much better position there. Better concave. It's gonna force RorO to fall back. And an overseer just contaminates a hatchery, which is gonna slow injects over here from his opponent. Now we have more roaches coming up here to the third base for Hyun. RorO has a supply lead up here, but no, never mind. Hyun moves in forces from his main, but now because he's moved the force there, it's going to allow RorO to run straight on into the natural. He's going to sneak it on there, snuggling those roaches right through that evolution chamber, which is now upgrading +2 attack. He's going to send a couple guys in the natural. He's going to send a couple guys in the main. The guys in the main are kind of just trading forces back and forth. They're not really dealing too much. The guys here at the natural are killing some roaches. They haven't really killed that many drones, but over here, they're actually fighting roaches on roaches too. There's just roach battle on roach battle in like 4 different locations here. This is insane, but the battle for RorO seems to be winning outside. Inside the base, it has been defeated, has been quelched, but nevertheless, look at the supply. RorO 133 versus Hyun's 159. Let's check the losses. 6,100 versus 4,400. Hyun definitely coming out ahead, playing defensive in this situation. Keep in mind, he does have that upgrade lead with the armor upgrade versus his opponent, so his opponent definitely needs to have a better position and or higher roach count to come out ahead there. But nevertheless, it's been working out for Hyun. RorO hasn't yet taken another base. Feels pretty confident with his 3 bases. He's building a macro hatch in his main. hasn't yet dedicated any extra tech. No Hydras coming out, no Infestors coming out. These players kind of just sticking to the Roach. The like original, like old school StarCraft 2, where Roaches were one supply and then killed everything. They're playing back in that strategy days where Roaches were Roaches, man. And yeah, so far it's just kind of been Roach on Roach. No one has decided to upgrade to the Hydras or the Infestors to give himself some type of tech advantage. But now Hyun feeling he's going to go for it. He's going to blast right on through. He's got a big force of units here, 41 versus 47, but the numbers are dropping here from RorO. RorO's numbers dropping really quick. Hyun with a lead by 10 so far. But does someone have burrow? Is someone burrowing there? I don't think they were. Nope, they're just dying. Those are just Roaches dying. And Hyun here with the lead. It's look like he's going to slowly beat this force, but the reinforcements from RorO will come out here. He's going to have 13 more Roaches, and that might be enough to stop this. But look at this Hyun with a burrow. But does he have... Okay, yeah, he's got an Overseer over here, and that's going to allow him to pick this off. But, man, Hyun's doing a really good job of just keeping the pressure on here. Once he's maintained it, just streaming Roaches out across the map, and this is looking pretty bad for RorO. There's the GG, and Hyun's going to take this victory in round number 1 of this best-of-3 series. It was just Hyun playing safe. He sacrificed that early Zergling speed for the upgrade on the Roaches, which the armor upgrade, which his opponent didn't get as soon. RorO never really made anything of those speedlings, which in the long term was kind of one of the biggest factors for his loss. We had Hyun playing defensive with armor upgrades, paid off. He had a lead. He came out more cost-effective than his opponent. As you can see, resources lost 13,000 versus 8,700. That's a huge difference in just a straight-up Roach v. Roach fight. That shows how much upgrades matter and how much positioning matters and playing defensive matters for Hyun. That was game number 1. We'll move on into game number 2 coming up next.